Hi, Dr. Todd Sullivan from Nova Chiropractic and Acupuncture. One of the things we're seeing with patients now that everyone is teleworking is they're coming with a lot of muscle soreness and tightness in areas they weren't used to, and that's because their workstation at home is not ergonomically set up. So today I'm going to go over the best stretches for teleworking tightness. The first stretch we're going to do is for a seated hip stretch. So I'm going to have you have a seat right here in the chair, and what I want you to do is you're going to scoot to the edge so your sit bones are on the edge. And let's have you cross your left leg over your right. Now the key to the stretch is to be right on the edge of your chair. And then once you cross the legs over, have really good posture. Keep that back very straight like that and chest tall. And now what I want you to do is I want you to hinge from your hips and go forward until you feel that stretch. Perfect. And then hold. And then she wants to hold that for 45 seconds and then do it on each side. Do this once in the morning and then once in the afternoon on each side. The keys are edge of your seat, and then keep your back really vertical and straight and chest tall. If you slouch and round, you're not going to get that stretch in your hip. So again, let's go over that again. Edge of your seat, chest tall. Perfect. And then hold for 45 seconds, and again, do it on each side. The next stretch we're going to do is for the neck and shoulder area. So I'm going to be scoot back a little bit on the chair there. So what we want to do is we want to take the arm, if on the side that we're going to stretch, we're going to anchor it underneath the chair. She's going to hold down. That kind of anchors the shoulder blade down. Then I want you to use your other hand and pull your head down and away towards the opposite side. And depending on where you're tight, you may need to go more to the side or more towards the knee area. And what that's going to do is going to stretch this whole trapezius and levator scapulae muscle right here. And that's going to help with that chronic upper back tension there. The third stretch we're going to do for teleworking tightness is for our hip flexors. So the hip flexors, the quad muscles get very tight from being in a seated position all day long. And so to stretch that, we're going to do what they call a couch stretch. Because you're at home, this will be perfect. I would suggest grabbing a pillow to put underneath your knee, and that'll help make the stretch a little bit easier. In this case, we have an Ergonomics pad. So what I want you to do, we're going to stretch the left side. So I want you to put your left foot up onto the chair there. And then what I want you to do is I want you to bring your right foot forward there and bring your knee down towards the pad there. Perfect. And then just maintain that. Squeeze your core. That'll make it even more challenging. And that really stretches out the quad really well in the front of the leg there. Again, hold that for 30 to 45 seconds and then do the other leg for 30 to 45 seconds. The next stretch we're going to do is for the hamstrings. So with this, we either need a chair or we need a stair to put our foot up on. And what we're going to do is let's stretch your left one. Let's put your left leg up onto the side of the chair. What we want is we want like a slight knee bend, okay? So not fully bent, not fully straight, just slightly bent there. And what she's going to do from this point is she's going to drive her hips back behind her like that, keeping her back nice and straight. And what she's going to feel by doing this is a really good stretch in her hamstrings here. And you want to hold that for 30 to 45 seconds and then do the other leg for 30 to 45 seconds. Again, I would perform these exercises once in the morning and then once in the afternoon, just to kind of break up the day and to help loosen things up. The final stretch for teleworking tightness is called the figure 4 stretch or a 90-90 stretch. So what we want to do is we're going to get on the ground here. And if this stretches both the left and the right side at the same time. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to put the left leg at a 90-degree angle like that. And then we're going to bring our right leg back behind us. And what we're going to do with that position is, again, we want to think about that 90-degree angle with our knees. Perfect. And then what I want her to do is nice and tall posture. Good. Keep that tall posture. And then now I want you to hinge from your hips and lean forward into it. And this stretches the outside of the hip on the left side and then the inside of the hip on the right side. And again, hold that for 30 to 45 seconds, switch it up and do the opposite way. These are some great exercises if you're teleworking from home and you're sitting in a not the best ergonomic position. If you have any questions, give our office a call at 703-912-7822 or you can schedule online at novachirowellness.com.